This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Thursday, the 11th day of December in the year 2025. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. An oil tanker seized by the U.S. military off the coast of Venezuela was found to be flying the flag of Guyana. In a statement last evening, the Maritime Administration Department of Guyana said the oil tanker bearing the name Skipper had no authorization to be using the flag of Guyana as the vessel was not registered in Guyana. Marit said it was informed by the U.S. government that they had encountered the tanker Skipper in international waters. The organization said the oil tanker was found to be falsely flying the Guyana flag, as it is not registered in Guyana. The Maritime Administration Department said it will continue to reach out to and work with international partners and other maritime agencies to identify, pursue, and take firm action against any unauthorized use of the Guyana flag. There have been other cases of vessels not linked to Guyana and not registered in Guyana found to be flying the flag of Guyana. The U.S. government on Wednesday announced the seizure of the oil tanker by its military personnel in international waters just off the coast of Venezuela, after the tanker was reportedly loaded with oil in Venezuela. In releasing a video recording of the seizure, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi described the vessel as a crude oil tanker used to transport sanctioned oil from Venezuela and Iran. The Venezuelan government denounced the seizure, calling it an act of international piracy. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Every year somebody wins, but this year?
This year is my turn.
I'm going big. 48,000? Easy, that's 6 coupons.
Smart and fast. My win is just a scan away. Oh, and I take in that fridge too.
This is the winning one.
This year, the win is mine.
Shop $8,000 or more at any 6 Massey stores, and you'll get a chance to win our grand prize, the brand new 2025 Hyundai Creta, plus amazing consolation prizes. Massey stores. Our family serving your family.
I'm sorry, I couldn't take any more of your gaslighting. Just go. I got burned too many times. I went to Quartz and found myself a new flame.
Say goodbye to your old appliances and hello to new ones from Quartz, bringing Christmas home.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
While the leader of the Forward Guyana movement and opposition member of parliament Amanza Walton-Desir is warning of grave implications for Guyana should a war break out in neighboring Venezuela. Speaking this morning on Go Mosley Radio's New Day program, Walton-Desir said not only would Guyana face a migration crisis, but there will be a social crisis as well. She said while she does not support the Maduro regime in Venezuela, persons calling for war in Venezuela must look at the bigger picture of what that war could do to a small country like Guyana that shares a border with Venezuela.
Do you understand what this means for Guyana? Should this happen? Do you understand that our lives will never be the same if war breaks out in Venezuela? And so we've got to understand the implications for us. Let's map it out. War breaks out in Venezuela. Immediately you're going to have migrant flows increasing. Right? Venezuela is a country of 26 million people. Imagine 300,000 of them just coming over the border to add to the 100,000 that we have already. And because it's a war, you're not at liberty to turn them away because they're now refugees. And so based on international convention, you have a duty to provide shelter and safe harbor for them.
Additionally, MP Walton-Desir says she believes that a united CARICOM is needed now more than ever, explaining that a regional grouping will have greater influence to calm the situation if the members can speak in a united voice. She observed that in recent times that has not been happening, due to individual countries in CARICOM having their individual interests. However, she said leaders in the region must now try to navigate the issue that could pose a clear and present danger.
What we're seeing is this aspiration that we've held on to for decades about the region being a zone of peace. We see that slipping away, and that has to be concerning. As it relates to the strikes, there's an ongoing debate in the US about the legality of it or otherwise. I am sure that they will sort that out. For us in this region, though, our leaders, the ones that speak on our behalf, have to understand that now is the time for them to be very sober and very temperate. Because we have seen this play out in other parts of the world and it never ends well.
The opposition member of parliament said while some countries in the region may face security challenges, CARICOM as a whole must advocate for a return of the rules-based system. In recent months, the U.S. has been building up its military assets and flexing its military might in the region as it seeks to put pressure on the Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro to step down. The U.S. has said that it is fighting drug trafficking and targeting drug cartels in Venezuela. It has carried out aerial strikes on more than 24 suspected drug boats, killing over 80 suspected drug traffickers. The situation escalated yesterday when the U.S. military seized that oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, which was transporting oil to Cuba. The U.S. said the oil tanker was transporting a sanctioned product. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Barrett has said the government is anxious to sign off on a production sharing agreement with Guyanese-owned oil company Sispro Incorporated for at least one of the 2 oil blocks that company was awarded. However, he said the company must lock in an operator that will be able to execute the rigid work program under the new model production sharing agreement. Sispro, a woman-led company, was among 6 companies and consortia that were awarded oil blocks offshore Guyana in October of 2023, based on the licensing round for 2022. It was awarded both a shallow water block and a deep water block. However, the company has found it difficult to lock in an operator with the technical capabilities and resources to execute the work program based on the new model PSA.
They need an operator with the kind of credential and the balance sheet as well to execute the work program, because we're not going to sign an agreement with companies that cannot, or accept an operator that cannot execute a work program.
The model PSA imposes a stiff penalty for companies that fail to complete their work program in accordance with the stipulated timeline. Added to that, based on that PSA, companies are required to pay a minimum signature bonus of no less than $10 million for a shallow water block and $20 million for deep water blocks. Notwithstanding the challenges confronting the company, Minister Barrett said he is hopeful that the company would be able to sign the PSA with the government before the end of the year, and if not, early in the new year.
You mentioned the team is speaking with Sispro. The team is in negotiation with Sispro. So I'm still hopeful. I'm always hopeful. You know me, I'm always positive and I'm always hopeful. And Sispro, as we would have mentioned over and over, is a company that we want to work with. So that is why I'm even more hopeful that they can reach a position with their operator and that we can sign as soon as possible.
Already, the government has signed production sharing agreements with an international consortium comprising 3 companies: Total Energies, Qatar Energy, and Petronas. They've also signed a PSA with a Ghanaian-based company, Sispro Energy, for 2 shallow blocks. The Total Energies-led consortium has based a signing bonus of $15 million, while Sispro Energy has paid a $17 million signature bonus. International Group Investments and Montego Energy, ExxonMobil, Hess and Sinuk, and Delcor Inc., Wattad Energy, and Arabian Drillers remain in negotiation with the government for the offshore blocks awarded to them back in 2023.
Your own home is so much more than just 4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use wash me clothes and I can say Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks to Washi soap powder for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright. Have me clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Washi soap powder wash clothes so nice. Washi soap powder leave your clothes color bright. Washi soap powder have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market. Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Hi, my name is Stephen Jacobs, Minister within the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Health and fitness is the heart of a strong nation. And when we have strong Guyanese citizens, it helps with discipline and also productivity, and also a long-lasting life for you. So, for that reason, I'm endorsing the Energy Conference run on the 15th of February 2026. See you there.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year.
Chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Captain Jerry Gavaya Jr., has indicated that the PSC is currently compiling its national budget proposal for submission to the government based on consultation with its members. Mr. Gavaya said in general, the Private Sector Commission will be pushing for tax reductions and incentives for businesses, in addition to provisions for migrant workers.
In general, it'll be things like tax reductions in business operations. It'll be incentives for business communities. It could be things like examining areas of promoting migrant workers in Guyana. It could be areas of further expanding local content participation here in Guyana. It's a quite comprehensive and long list, but those are the general areas that we're focusing on.
Captain Jerry Gavaya Jr. said with the country's oil and non-oil sectors rapidly expanding and showing signs of positive economic growth, it is important to address the issue of labor. He said while the private sector supports the upskilling of local workers, migrant workers are needed to fill the gaps.
There's no secret that there is a labor issue in Guyana. So whilst the private sector is promoting heavily the upskilling and inclusion of Guyanese in the workforce, we cannot hide from the fact that we need to make migrant workers a part of our economy if we want to continue the pace of growth in Guyana. So the private sector, we want to support the upskilling and inclusion of Guyanese, but we also have to be open to allowing migrant workers to participate and then essentially transfer skill, knowledge to the Guyanese as we continue to grow.
The Private Sector Commission is optimistic that its recommendations will find favor with the government for its 2026 budget, noting that many of its proposals were included in this year's national budget. While reports have surfaced about the special operation by the Special Organized Crime Unit of the Guyana Police Force on a multi-million-dollar gold seizure and confiscation of millions of dollars in cash, the Guyana Police Force is still to issue an official statement on the operation, which reportedly took place in Bartica on Tuesday. According to reports, the operation led by Serku resulted in the arrest of 3 businessmen and the seizure of over $100 million worth of raw gold and $32 million in cash. It is reported that the gold was not declared to the Guyana Gold Board or any authorized agent, triggering the arrest and confiscation. The 3 men who were arrested by Soku were reportedly under surveillance for several months by local law enforcement and international law enforcement agencies that are probing an international gold trading ring. Soku has been looking at the alleged links of the businessmen arrested and some of their international trading partners. The operation has been touted as part of a comprehensive national strategy aimed at dismantling criminal networks involved in gold smuggling and organized crime. It is unclear whether the 3 men arrested are still in custody, as the Guyana Police Force remains mum on the arrests and the investigations. The Police Force's Public Relations Office has indicated that it is still awaiting information on the operation by Serku. InterCaribbean Airlines today launched its scheduled service from the Eugene F. Correa International Airport at Ogle to Barbados. The airline has been operating flights to Barbados from the Cheddi-Jagan Airport at Tamari. To mark the occasion, there was an inaugural flight from Barbados to dedicate the airline's specially painted Spirit of Guyana aircraft. The Spirit of Guyana aircraft features the Guyana flag prominently on its tail and bears the name Spirit of Guyana on its nose, celebrating Guyana's heritage as it serves routes across InterCaribbean network. Founder and chairman of InterCaribbean Airways, Lyndon Gardner, said the new service is a direct response to customers' demand for service to the centrally located Georgetown Airport.
5 years ago, we made a promise to Guyana. Today, the Spirit of Guyana leading the way, we have taken another step in keeping that promise. I want to take you back to 2020. The world was still finding its footing in the middle of the pandemic. Many airlines were pulling back, closing routes, reducing service. At InterCaribbean, we made a different choice. We looked south to Grenada, to Barbados, and in December 2021 to Guyana. And what we saw was not uncertainty, but opportunity. We saw communities that needed connection. We saw a Caribbean family that was incomplete. We made a decision to expand into the Southern Caribbean during the most challenging period of our industry has ever faced. People said we were nuts, but that decision changed everything for us. and Guyana has been a heart of that connectivity growth ever since.
He said the airline is now building on the foundation laid 4 years ago and will be providing service out of the airport at Ogle.
When we landed at Chetty Jagan International Airport 4 years ago, we knew this was only the beginning. You told us what you needed: easier access, closer to home, and we listened. You see, InterCaribbean listening isn't good business, it's who we are.
Public Utilities and Aviation Minister Deodat Indar said it augurs well for the airline to be extending its service to the Eugene F. Correa Airport at Ogle.
This company has managed to grow its fleet. This company has managed now to give Guyana the spirit of Guyana aircraft with its tail painted with the colors of our flag that will fly across the Caribbean into all of these destinations when it lands in Bridgetown, Barbados, and plugs into the regional network of InterCaribbean routes. And that plane will be seen everywhere in the Caribbean where our diaspora lives. It's a proud moment for us, sir.
The airline has not yet released its full schedule for the flights between Georgetown and Barbados via the Eugene F. Correa Airport at Ogle.
In Guyana, roads don't give you a break, and neither should your truck. That's why there's the Isuzu D-Max, built with turbo diesel power, high clearance, and 4x4 control that owns the off-road. It's strong, smart, and tough enough for any job. The Isuzu D-Max is more than a pickup. It's your ultimate working partner. Available at Marix, the authorized Isuzu dealer. Call 226-1306 for more details. Isuzu D-Max, master of all roads.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, we're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
Something new has been growing, and it's now ready for you to pick.
Fresh.
Taste the Fruta freshness. Pick the fresh new 200 ml size today. Live Frutiful.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Make this Christmas happen for everyone this year with Republic Bank. Make this Christmas happen with Republic Bank this year. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, let's do this thing.
With your regional and international news tonight, I am Svetlana Marshall. In the region, more than 30 U.S. sanctioned oil vessels doing business in Venezuela could face punishment by Washington after the Coast Guard seized a supertanker carrying Venezuelan crude for export, according to shipping data. The seizure, announced by President Donald Trump on Wednesday, was the first of an oil cargo from Venezuela, which has been under U.S. sanctions since 2019, and the Trump administration's first known action against a Venezuela-related tanker since he ordered a massive military buildup in the region. The U.S. action, as Trump increases pressure on the government of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, has put many vessel owners, operators, and shipping agencies on alert, with many reconsidering whether to set sail from Venezuela waters in the coming days as planned, shipping sources said. The targeting of Venezuela-origin cargoes is expected to create short-term export delays and could scare some vessel owners away, experts and analysts say. Washington had not previously interrupted Venezuela's oil exports, which are carried by intermediaries in third-party vessels. Venezuela accused the U.S. of blatant theft, describing the seizure as an act of international piracy. Over 1,000 Jamaicans remain in shelters almost 6 weeks after the passage of Hurricane Melissa. The Category 5 storm, which slammed into Jamaica on October 28, making landfall on the western belt, left much of the housing stock in tatters as it ripped off roofing and toppled houses, even as floodwaters poured into dwelling places, resulting in residents having to flee for their lives. Since the monster storm, the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management, ODPEM, which was overhauled by the government and placed under the Office of the Prime Minister, has been pressed to keep abreast of critical statistics. Several shelters have already reverted to regular use as residents made alternative arrangements, but among the questions raised during last week's sitting of the Public Administration and Appropriation Committee was for continuous updates on the number of residents still being housed. And finally tonight, international news. U.S. President Donald Trump can maintain both a good working relationship with China and a very strong alliance with Japan, even as tensions have risen between those two countries, the White House said on Thursday. White House spokeswoman Caroline Leavitt said Japan is a great ally of the United States, as evidenced by their personal relationship and continued trade relations. She said with respect to China, the president also has a good working relationship with the Chinese president, which he believes is a good thing for the U.S. The U.S. spokeswoman said President Trump believes that the United States should be in a position to have a good working relationship with China while maintaining a very strong alliance with Japan. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall, wishing you a pleasant evening.